So good morning. So today we are again going to continue the concepts of 8051 microcontroller. So already we discussed about the differences of processor and controller. So these are some points. Microprocessor, microcontroller. Microprocessor, CPU is standalone. RAM, ROM, IO means input output. Ports, timer are separate. For microcontroller, CPU, RAM, ROM, input output and timer all are on a single chip. Microprocessor, designer can decide on the amount of RAM, ROM and input output ports. In microcontroller, fixed amount of on-chip ROM, RAM and input output ports. Microprocessor is expansive. We can expand the memory, input output ports and ROM depends on our need. And for microcontroller, that is for a particular application. So microcontroller is for application which is in which cost, power and space are critical. Microprocessor is for general purpose. A microcontroller is for specific purpose. And these are some criteria for selecting microcontroller. Computing needs, speed, packaging, power consumption, memory, input output, timer, upgrade to high performance or low power versions, cost, etc. Then software development tools like assembler, debugger, compiler, technical support, availability and source. So these aspects also very important for our EC341 design projects. So when we are doing a projects using electronic technologies, then we need to consider all these facts. So these are the block diagrams. So this is the block diagram for microprocessor and this is the block diagram for microcontroller. So we already have some idea about processor and controller. So just observe this. For this one, we have only processor, CPU in its microprocessor, remaining memory, RAM, ROM, input output port, timer, serial communication port, everything we need to interface externally. But in the case of microcontroller, CPU, RAM, ROM, input output ports, timer, serial communication ports, everything is in single chip. So these are the differences. Usually in university examinations, they will ask for the difference between microprocessor and microcontroller. And we already discussed about the registers in 8051 microcontroller. And there is a correction. Unlike 8085, in this 8051, stack pointer is only 8-bit. Only DPTR and program counter is 16-bit. Then we discussed about the memory organization, register bank, addressable area, general purpose RAM, then remaining 128 is special function register. So now we are going to discuss about the flag register of 8051. So we already have the concepts of flag register of 8085 microprocessor. I like 8085 microprocessor. In 8051 microcontroller also we have flag register, and these are the bits of PSW, program status word. CY, AC, RS1, RS0, OV and P. So we will discuss about each bit. So first bit is CY. CY is carry flag. So very easy to explain the concept, because carry flag will set whenever there is a carry in the result, and the result will be in the accumulator. So whenever there is a carry in accumulator, our carry flag bit will be 1. If there is no carry, carry flag bit will be 0. Then auxiliary carry. Whenever there is a transfer of carry from D3 to D4, auxiliary carry will set. Otherwise, auxiliary carry will be 0. Then RS1, RS0. This is for selecting the register bank. Then overflow, then parity. We will discuss everything in detail. So first one is register bank. Just look at the table. So why we need to select the register bank? Can anyone answer? Why we need to select register banks? What is the reason? Anyone? How many register banks? 4 register bank. Register bank 0, register bank 1, register bank 2, register bank 3. Okay, so we have 4 register bank. So we have 4 register banks. Now, what are the symbols we are using to represent each location in register bank? R0 to R7. Okay. So we are using R0 to R7 to represent the register banks. That means whether it is register bank 0, whether it is 1, whether it is 2, whether it is 3, each location in this register bank, we are using the same variable R0 to R7. So to differentiate which register bank presently we are using, we need to use 2 bits because 4 banks are there, so we need 2 bits. So 00 means now we are using register bank 0. So the locations are 00 to 07. 01 means we are using register bank 1 and the locations are 08 to 0F. 10 means register bank 2. 11 means register bank 0. So these are the locations. So to represent which register bank we are using, we are using 2 bits from PSW. So PSW 0.3 and PSW 0.4. So these are the 2 bits to select the register bank. Now, so we already got the idea about RS0 and RS1. Carry flag, we already told that the flag is set whenever there is a carry in the final bit, from the final bit. This flag is affected by the conditions of addition and subtraction. It is also affected by set bit. So these are the instructions that is affected the carry flag. Then auxiliary carry, if there is a carry from D3 to D4 during addition or subtraction, auxiliary carry will set. And also this is important for BCD addition. Then parity, if accumulator contain odd number of ones, parity will be 1. Even number of ones, parity will be 0. Then overflow. So already we know the range of values can be stored in accumulator and we are using signed bit operation. If we are using signed operation, we need to represent the overflow also. So I will just discuss about the signed bit condition also. What is the range of accumulator if we are using signed bit operation? We have 8-bit accumulator. What is the range? minus 127 to plus 128. Good. So can you represent minus 127? Minus 127. I will just represent it 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. This will be how much? Sorry, minus 128 plus 127. Minus 128. This is the lowest value. This is the lowest value in accumulator. We are using sign bit representation. And the highest value is 0 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 plus 127. Highest value. Okay, so these are the lowest and highest values of accumulator possible. So the range is minus 128 to plus 127. Overflow means whenever there is a value below 128 or above 127, there is an overflow. So to represent that overflow, we are using OV flag. So OV flag bit is to check whether there is an overflow. So this flag is set whenever the result of signed number operation is too large, causing the higher order bit to overflow into a signed bit. And these are the instructions which is going to change the conditions of carry, overflow, and auxiliary carry. Addition, subtraction. So these two operations will affect carry, overflow, and auxiliary carry. Multiplication will affect carry and overflow. Then division also will affect carry and overflow. Then DA, RRC, RLC, all these instructions will affect carry flag. So you will get to know how it is going to affect this flag register when we are using these instructions, when we are going to do the programming. Then programming we will do in Keil software. Now we already discussed about the registers. Registers R0 to R7 we are using in these 4 register bank. So this is the representation. Register bank 0, 1, 2, 3. So whether it is bank 0, bank 1, bank 2, bank 3, we are going to use same symbol R0 to R7. Now stack pointer. Another concept is stack pointer in 8051. The register used to access the stack pointer, stack is called stack pointer. So stack pointer is a pointer. So this is an 8-bit stack pointer. We have only a range of 00 to FF. And the initial location of stack will start from 07. So our example is move R6, #25, which means R6 we are copying 25, R1 12H, R4 F3H. Stack value load instruction push instruction. So push 6 means we are pushing the value in R6 to the first location of the stack. Then push 1 means we are loading the value to stack from the register R1. Push 4 means we are loading the value in R4 to stack. So after push instruction, this will happen. So always the initial location of stack pointer is 07. That means when we are pushing, the first location will be 08. The value will be loaded in 28. Next location is store hour. Then push 1 means next location. Push 4 means next location. So after these 3 instructions, we are loading the values in R6, R1, R4 to stack. So this is the condition now. After that, if you are using pop instruction, pop is to take out the value from stack. So just opposite to push operation. So these are the example. Initially we have 6C, 76, F9, F4. So pop 3 means the stack is last in first out. അപ്പോൾ ഏറ്റവും അവസാനം ലോഡ് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്ന 50 or 54 ആണ്. This will load to register R3. Then again pop 5 means second value will load to register R5. Then pop 2 means third value will load to register R2. So always in 8051 microcontroller, the stack is last in first out. Whatever the value we are loading in the last, we can take out that in first. So this is all about stack pointer. Apart from that, we have another pointer called data pointer. Data pointer we can use to represent 16-bit register, to point the 16-bit register of address, and also 8-bit address also. So 8-bit in the 16-bit in address in a point here. But when we are using stack pointer, we can only point 8-bit addresses. So these are the concept of stack pointer and the data pointer. Then program status word. Total 8 bits. Out of 8 bits, we are using carry, auxiliary carry, RS1, RS0, overflow, and parity. Now we will do some operation. I will check the condition of carry, auxiliary carry, and all. Suppose we are adding FF plus FF. What is the condition of PSW? Please do it. We are adding FF plus FF. And tell me the condition of PSW. FF plus FF. Very simple question. What is the answer in accumulator? And what is the condition of PSW? We are doing FF plus FF. What is the result in accumulator? What is the status of PSW? Please do it. No response? Anyone? Carry status is 1. Okay. Okay, we'll check it. Carry status is 1. Then another auxiliary carry. Auxiliary carry, what will happen? Auxiliary carry 1. Okay. Then parity. Parity condition orkunundo. Parity condition is parity flag will set when we have odd number of ones. Parity flag will be 0 when we have even number of ones. That means result odd number of ones aanengile your parity flag will be 1. If the result is having even number of ones in accumulator, your parity flag will be 0. So just check the result and tell me the parity condition. Odd number of ones in the accumulator, parity will be 1. Even number of ones in the accumulator, parity will be 0. So right now you got answer for carry. So parity is 1. Okay. So we got parity, auxiliary carry, carry. Now overflow, OV, OV, OV. What is the condition? OV means what? We are checking whether there is an overflow. Overflow when there is a result in accumulator which is greater than minus 128 to plus 127. ഈ ഒരു റേഞ്ചിനകത്തുള്ള റിസൾട്ട് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ we will get an overflow. So right now നമ്മൾ ഏതൊക്കെ നമ്പർ ആണ് ആഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് actually? FF means what? What is the value of FF? So right now we are adding FF. FF means we are giving all values 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, plus 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So എല്ലാം 1 ആണെങ്കിൽ എന്താണ് ശരിക്കും വരിക? Minus 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1. So that means we are actually adding minus 1 plus minus 1. The result will be minus 2. So is there any overflow? What is the overflow condition, 1 or 0? Overflow is 0. Okay. And by default, the register bank will be 0 by default. So since we are not selecting, specifying any register bank, RS0 will be 0, RS1 will be 0. Okay. So now just map this into the 8-bit value. Auxiliary carry 1, auxiliary carry 1. This is don't care, we'll put it 0. This is 0, this is 0, and this is 0, this is 1. So what is the hexadecimal value out we will get? 1, 1, 0, 0. So 1, 1, 0, 0, then 0, 0, 0, 1. So PSW we will get 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay. Then the corresponding hexadecimal value എത്രയാണ്? What is the corresponding hexadecimal value? Now the PSW status we are getting. PSW is now 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. What is the corresponding hexadecimal value? 1, 1 is how much? C. So C1. So this is the answer right now we are getting. Now I will just verify this in the Keel software. നമ്മൾ ചെയ്തത് കറക്റ്റ് ആണെന്ന് അറിയാനായിട്ട് നമുക്കൊരു സോഫ്റ്റ്വെയർ ഡെവലപ്മെന്റ് ID and integrated development environment ഉണ്ട്. We'll check the program here. ഞാൻ ROM location 00 program ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് പോകുന്നത്. So you will understand programming after we complete addressing mode and instruction set. Before that, you just observe this. B0 FFH. Move A, 0 FFH. Now we have FF in A and B. Add A, B. So this is our program. Now I will run this program. We'll check the status of PSW. PSW visible ആണോ? C1. C1 visible ആണെങ്കിൽ ഒന്ന് നിങ്ങൾ പറയണം കേട്ടോ. So this is the result. This is the PSW. Is this visible or no? PSW, is this visible? Hello.
Yes,
Okay,
visible.
so we added FF plus FF, and parity we got 1. By default, RS0, RS1 is 0, then overflow is 0, auxiliary carry 1, and the result is C1. So whatever we did manually, the result is correct. So PSW ന്റെ ഐഡിയ കിട്ടിയില്ലേ? നമ്മുടെ റിസൾട്ടിന്റെ സ്റ്റാറ്റസ് മോണിറ്റർ ചെയ്യാനാണ് we are using this PSW. Okay അല്ലേ? Now we'll do the next program. Next is 88H plus 88H. Accumulator value, then PSW, how much? For the first program, accumulator was -1, then accumulator result is -2, then PSW is C1. And what is the condition for this one? 88H plus 88H. Please do it. 88H plus 88H. What is the value in accumulator? And PSW. Do it fast. So right now I am getting a response from Sana Shamil, Aravind, Chandana, result Sri Lakshmi, Suresh and Sana Shamil. Sri Lakshmi, Suresh and Sana Shamil. ഇവരുണ്ടാണ് കൂടുതൽ റെസ്പോൺസ് വരുന്നത്. Then Aravind. നിങ്ങൾ ഇപ്പോഴേ ഈ ക്ലാസ്സിന്റെ ടൈമിൽ തന്നെ ഇതൊക്കെ ഒന്ന് ചെയ്തു പോയി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ യു ഡോണ്ട് നീഡ് ടു പ്രിപ്പയർ സെപ്പറേറ്റ്ലി. ഈ ഒരു ക്ലാസ്സിന്റെ യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ബ്രെയിൻ തന്നെ മതി നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എക്സാമിന് പാസ്സാവാനായിട്ട്. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എക്സ്ട്രാ എഫേർട്ട് എടുക്കേണ്ടി വരും, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഫ്രസ്ട്രേഷൻ വരും. ജസ്റ്റ് ക്ലാസ്സിൽ ഫോക്കസ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് നിങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യുകയാണെങ്കിൽ യു ഡോണ്ട് നീഡ് ടു പ്രിപ്പയർ സെപ്പറേറ്റ്ലി. പ്രിപ്പയർ ചെയ്യേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ല. സോ വാട്ട് ഈസ് ദ ആൻസർ? എനിവൺ? So 88H എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണ്? So here what we are doing, 88H means 10001000 plus 10001000. We are adding these two values. എന്ത് കിട്ടും? What is actually this value? -128 plus 8 plus -128 plus 8. So we are actually adding -120 plus -120. ഇതാണ് നമ്മൾ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. So ഇതാണ് ചെയ്യുന്നതെങ്കിൽ what is the value in accumulator and what is program status field? Okay, 88H ആണ് ആഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്, കറക്റ്റ് ആണ്. Now what will be the result in the accumulator? And what is the status of PSW? PSW status എന്തായിരിക്കും? What about carry? What about auxiliary carry? What about parity? What about okay, carry 1 കിട്ടി. Next പറഞ്ഞോളൂ. Carry 1. So I'm just following your result, then I will verify using my tool. Carry 1, auxiliary carry also 1. Okay. Parity, some Aravind is getting 0, 1. Then Jayalakshmi, Srikala, Suresh is getting 0. So which one is correct? 1 or 0? Either follow cheyano. So I'll follow majority. Majority are getting 1. Okay. Chandana KK getting 0, but majority people are getting 1. So I will follow 1. Okay, parity 1. Then what about overflow? OV. OV. OV 0. Haripriya is getting 0. Sana Shamil 1. Sana Shamil 1. So 0 and 1. 2 or 0. Chandana 0. So 2 are getting 0. Only 1 is 1. I'll wait for 2, 3 answer. Then I will just go for the simulation. Overflow. One answer is 0. 2 answers are 0. One is 1. Okay. Any other answer? 0. Overflow 0. So 3 are getting 0. 0. So only Sana Shamil is getting 1. So let me check. Let me verify the answer. So first I will note down your results. For this condition, you are getting carry is equal to 1, auxiliary carry 1, parity, majority are getting 0, then RS0, RS1 by default 0. Then what is another one? How many is getting parity is 0? Which one is majority parity? For parity, majority are getting parity 1, right? Okay, parity I will follow the majority. Parity is 1. For overflow, majority are getting 0. So these are the answers. Okay, now I will verify it. So our input values are 88H plus 88H. This was the value. Let me run it. So here I am getting answer parity is equal to 1, overflow 1, auxiliary carry 1, carry 1. So overflow, I think most of you got wrong answer, because why like that? Can anyone explain that? Why we are getting 1 in overflow? ആർക്കെങ്കിലും പറയാമോ?
Accumulator value exceeds that
capacity. Very good. ആരാണ് പറഞ്ഞത്? Answer പറഞ്ഞത്? Very good. Okay. Because our range is minus 128 to plus 127. But here we are adding minus 120 plus minus 120. So actual result കിട്ടുന്നത് എത്രയാണ്? Minus 240. But minus 240 is out of range. നമുക്ക് maximum load ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്ന negative value is minus 128 in accumulator. But here we are getting minus 240. So that means the result is greater, the range of the result is greater than, or the result is greater than the range of the accumulator. So that's why the result is having overflow. So overflow is 1. Got it? I think you got the concept. So this is the concept of PSW. So നമ്മൾ ചെയ്യുന്ന എല്ലാ ഓപ്പറേഷൻസിനും corresponding ആയിട്ട് we will get flag values in our program. So ഇതാണ് ഈ കാണുന്നത്. And stack pointer, by default, the value of stack pointer is 0.7. Any doubt? So we discussed about last class. This was the topic: register bank memory organization. So out of 128 plus 128 byte, 32 is register bank, bank 0, bank 1, bank 2, bank 3. And all these banks are using R0 to R7 variable. Remaining 16 locations are bit addressable, then general purpose, then 128 bytes are SFR. പല ടെക്സ്റ്റ് ബുക്കുകളിൽ ആക്ച്വലി 256 ലൊക്കേഷൻസ് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിലും റാം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നമ്മുടെ ടെക്സ്റ്റ് ബുക്കിൽ പറയുന്നത് ഫസ്റ്റ് 128 ബൈറ്റിനെയാണ് ഇന്റേണൽ റാം എന്ന് പറയാറുള്ളൂ. ബട്ട് ആക്ച്വലി 256 ബൈറ്റ് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിലും 128 ബൈറ്റിനെയാണ് അവർ റാം എന്ന് പറയാറുള്ളൂ. അപ്പൊ എക്സാമിന് ചിലപ്പോൾ ചോദിക്കുമ്പോൾ 128 ബൈറ്റ് റാം പ്ലസ് 128 ബൈറ്റ് SFR എന്ന് കൊടുത്താൽ മതി. So these are the representation. Now we gone through the concepts of flag register, carry, auxiliary carry, then register bank, overflow, parity. So these are the different conditions of each bit. Auxiliary carry ഇതൊക്കെ എങ്ങനെയാണ് 1 ഉം 0 ആവുന്നുള്ള കോൺസെപ്റ്റ് ആണ് ഈ പറയുന്നത്. Then these are the instructions in program which is going to change the status of these flag register. നമ്മൾ already addition ചെയ്തു നോക്കി. So when we are doing addition, we are actually changing auxiliary carry or carry overflow conditions. So already we verified that concept. Then a register, bank, then stack pointer. So these are the stack pointer concepts. Stack pointer എന്താണെന്നുള്ളത് പഠിച്ചു. Usually we are using LIFO. Then how the stack pointer works. These are the programs. S6 ഇത് വെരിഫൈ ചെയ്ത് നോക്കണോ? Move R6, 25H, move R1, 12H, move R4, 0 F3H. നമുക്കിത് വെരിഫൈ ആണെങ്കിൽ we will just verify that program also. How the stack is working. First, just check this much. So here what we are going to do, we copied R6, 25H to R6, FF to R1, DF to R2. Then we are pushing this value to stack. So let me check the memory location also. So R6 is now loaded with 25H. R1 is loaded with FFH. R2 is loaded with DFH. Let me check the push is working or not. See now, the stack pointer is incremented by 8. So initial value is 0.7. Now it is incremented because we are loaded push 6, the first value to 25 to first stack 0.9. See, 25 to first stack, FF to second stack, DF to third stack. Okay. So push is working perfectly. Is it visible? Is this memory visible? This is data memory. RAM memory. RAM memory first രജിസ്റ്റർ ബാങ്ക് ആണ് ബൈ ഡീഫോൾട്ട് ആയിട്ട് യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അതിൽ ഫസ്റ്റ് രജിസ്റ്റർ ബാങ്കിൽ FF_R1 എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ സെക്കൻഡ് ലൊക്കേഷൻ ആണ് R1. R1 എന്തുണ്ട്? FF ഉണ്ട്. ദെൻ തേർഡ് ലൊക്കേഷൻ ആണ് DF തേർഡ് ലൊക്കേഷനിലുണ്ട്. ദെൻ സെവൻത്ത് ലൊക്കേഷനാണ് 25. സെവൻത്ത് ലൊക്കേഷനിൽ 25 ഉണ്ട്. സോ 06 to 00 to 06 സെവൻത്ത് ലൊക്കേഷൻ വരെ എത്തി. 07 വരെ സ്റ്റാക്ക് പോയിന്റർ ആണ്. ദെൻ നെക്സ്റ്റ് 3 ലൊക്കേഷനിൽ എന്ത് വന്നു? നമ്മൾ പുഷ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള വാല്യൂ സ്റ്റാക്കിലേക്ക് ലോഡായി. പുഷ് R6, പുഷ് R1, പുഷ് R2. ഓക്കെ, ഈ കോൺസെപ്റ്റ് മനസ്സിലായെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. ഞാൻ ഇനി ബാക്കിയുള്ള വരുന്ന രജിസ്റ്ററിലേക്ക് പോപ്പ് ചെയ്ത് നോക്കാം. That means പോപ്പ് ഇടയ്ക്ക് വർക്ക് ആവാറില്ല ഈ സോഫ്റ്റ്വെയറിൽ. ലെറ്റ് മീ ട്രൈ ഇറ്റ്. ബാക്കി രജിസ്റ്റർ ബാക്കിയുള്ള ഏതൊക്കെയാണ്? R0, പോപ്പ് R3, പോപ്പ് R4. Sorry, pop 0, pop 3, pop 4. Okay, now R6 25 ലോഡ് ചെയ്തു. ഇവിടെ കാണാം 25 ലോഡ് ആയിരിക്കുന്നത്. Then R1 FF ലോഡ് ചെയ്തു. You can see here FF ലോഡ് ആയിരിക്കുന്നത്. And also here also you can see DF R3 ലോഡ് ചെയ്തു, R2 ലോഡ് ചെയ്തു. Then after that we are pushing it is that value to stack. So one by one it is loading into the stack. Then we are popping to R0. So R0 ലേക്ക് DF വന്നു. Then R3 ലേക്ക് FF വന്നു. Then R4 ലേക്ക് 25 വന്നു. I hope you are clear about the stack now. Stack is just pointing, it's a pointer to the memory location, and it is only 8-bit value capacity. So 8-bit address locations ആണ് point ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. Using stack, we can push and pop the instruction. നമ്മൾ pop ചെയ്തപ്പോൾ എന്ത് സംഭവിച്ചു? Always you can pop last in first out. എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ pop 0 ചെയ്തപ്പോൾ എന്ത് സംഭവിച്ചു? R0 ലേക്ക് ഒരു വാല്യൂ പോയി. പക്ഷെ R0 ലേക്ക് പോയ വാല്യൂ ഏതാണ്? ഏറ്റവും ലാസ്റ്റ് ലോഡ് ചെയ്ത DF ആണ് R0 ലേക്ക് പോയത്. ഓക്കെ, മനസ്സിലായിട്ടില്ലെങ്കിൽ വാട്ട് യു നീഡ് ടു ഡു ഇസ് ജസ്റ്റ് ഇൻസ്റ്റാൾ ദ സോഫ്റ്റ്വെയർ, കീൽ സോഫ്റ്റ്വെയർ. വളരെ കുറച്ച് സൈസ് ഉള്ളൂ. ആൻഡ് ട്രൈ ടു ഡു ദ പ്രോഗ്രാമിംഗ് ദാറ്റ് വി ആർ ഡിസ്കസ്ഡ് ഇൻ ദ ക്ലാസ്. PPT ഉണ്ട് പ്രോഗ്രാം. അപ്പോൾ അത് ചെയ്ത് നോക്കുക. ആൻഡ് എനി ഡൗട്ട്, next class onwards we are going to discuss about addressing mode, instruction set and programming. We will go do it again, the programming and all. So any doubt, we will discuss about that in next class. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾ ഇനി നെക്സ്റ്റ് ക്ലാസ് മുതൽ പ്രോഗ്രാമിംഗ്സിലേക്ക് കൂടുതൽ പോകാനായിട്ട് പോവാണ്. സോ ജസ്റ്റ് വാച്ച് ഓൾ ദീസ് വീഡിയോസ്, ക്ലാസ് ലെക്ചേഴ്സ്, അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡ് ദ രജിസ്റ്റർ, അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡ് ദ മെമ്മറി, അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡ് ദ ആർക്കിടെക്ചർ, ട്രൈ ടു അനലൈസ് ഇറ്റ് യൂസിങ് കീൽ സോഫ്റ്റ്വെയർ. Okay, so I'm going to end today's session. Thank you.